Hello everyone, and welcome to your daily dose of your spiritual vitamin. Here with me, Bonnie D. Today is the day of the Lionsgate portal. So today, I would like to start the day off with this prayer. Father God, forever, O Lord, thy word hath settled in heaven, thy faithfulness unto all generations, thou hast established on the earth. Thy faithfulness unto all generations that thou hast established on earth, and where thou abidest forever. That's my opening prayer for the Lionsgate portal for the righteous and the elect. The Lionsgate portal deals with positive energy. It deals with the perpetual motion forward of positive energy to bring about your manifestations, your desires, and your wishes that you have for God, that He may bless them and bring them into fruition. Today, I want to talk to everyone about a documentary that I saw earlier today, and it was given by a woman by the name of Linda Moulton Howe. And this lady is she deals with other planetary elements and individuals, ETs, and she deals with binary codes and messages that come from it. As I was watching her documentary today, she gave me, or the Lord allowed me to receive from her, some interesting information that I want to bring forth. Before I bring this information forth, I need some. The information in which I'm about to bring forth is not information that may be readily accepted. It's information that most people may not even agree with. Excuse me, y'all, because I got to do this. Whew. Sorry for those of you who have a problem. I can't take the heat. She deals with UFOs and information of that nature. Now, because I am a starseed, and many of you listening to me out there are starseeds, this is information that I found to be quite interesting. I'm going to read you what the notes that I took, and I'll let you decide. This shit is heavy. Open your minds up for a minute, and just suppose, for those of you who may not believe, just suppose UFOs were real. That's a what if fact. That's like saying, for those of you who don't believe in Jesus Christ, what if God is real? Same thing. Same scenario, same information, same motives. This lady did some interviews with let me just start it off. In December of 1980, there was an unidentified flying object that was located and spotted in the Suffolk, Suffolk, England. In the Rendlesham Forest. This took place at the Brentwater Air Force Base. The base commander was Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt. U.S. Serviceman John Burroughs and Sergeant Jim Peniston witnessed these events. They took copious notes, Sergeant Peniston, and he recently completed a book that is 700 pages titled The Rendlesham Enigma. The name of the book is called The Rendlesham Enigma. Book 1, Timeline. So if you get a chance, purchase that book. Now, this encounter blast of white light took place in this forest. So there was a bright light in the midst of the forest. How you see Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and it showed the bright lights coming through the trees. Well, this is the type of experience that these three men had in their 3D reality, not on some film or movie. Okay? Now, he touched an aircraft. And what happened next was he received a download in binary code form. Now, those of you who may not be aware, a binary code form is zeros and ones in succession. Different placements of the zeros and ones. But when they are translated, usually through a computer, because it's computer language, it'll give you a message. Now, this is what he received as a download when he touched the unidentified flying object in Rendlesham Forest by the Brentwater Air Force Base. Okay? The words, in essence, after he translated the documented code, the words in essence stated that humanity must advance in order for survival, which will also help to explain the sudden need to elevate in consciousness. It further goes on to say the period of events this happened in December of 1980. That's when the Rendlesham Enigma took place in 1980. I was a junior in high school. Yeah, a long time ago. Way before babies. Even way before the thoughts of babies. This was an era of time when the binary code system was just getting out there, because computers were really just coming in. Just to give you a little history of the time period that this originated. Okay? Now, they didn't know about the binary code until 2010. Almost 30 years later. When they were at another military site and someone drew pictures. And the pictures he drew was of a craft that he saw while he was at Hunters. Now, this young man was leaving him, his wife, his 2 kids, his cat and his dog. They all piled up in the station wagon, and they getting ready to relocate from Savannah, Georgia, no, from Carson, Colorado, I'm sorry. They were leaving Savannah, Georgia, and they were going to Fort Carson, Colorado. That's where he was being relocated to. Okay? When they began this journey, it was late in June 2015. And his job was aerial surveillance. Now, this is another individual. This is not the same 3 individuals from 1980. This is someone else. They wouldn't give his name because he's still active military. But he drew a picture. And when he drew this picture, it was of a spacecraft. Now, the uncanny thing about the picture was, when the event took place, it happened in the middle of the road in Savannah, Georgia. This aerial craft, all the cars stopped, and it hovered there for 5 minutes. But it came close enough to where they could actually see the insignia on the craft. So when they drew their pictures individually, they drew the same picture with the same symbols. Now, after the event took place for this young man, he said that he got in his car and he was taking his family. They went and they pulled over to go get something to eat and drink. And he found himself in Wadley, Georgia, which was nowhere near where he was heading out of Atlanta, because his trip was only supposed to take him an hour. He did a 90-degree turn and he has no idea how he got there. But from that moment forward, he started having nights from 2015 from June 30th of 2015 all the way up till June 30th of 2016. This man was receiving messages, binary messages, and all he could do was write them down on pieces of paper because they kept coming and he couldn't stop. So all he could do was write these messages. He didn't even remember writing them. He was in an altered state. Now, the message that he was given when he gave Linda Howell, H-O-W-E, Linda Moulton Howell, when he gave her the receipt that showed the Wadley, and then it was covered with zeros and ones. And she took it to 2 different translators. One that was with CIA and one that was Australian. They didn't communicate with one another. But they translated that binary code. And this is what the binary code had to say. And this is what God wants me to let y'all know. Continuous protection of humanity. 49.27 north, 11.5 east. Expose hidden knowledge to all citizens. Advancement imperative for planetary survival. Beware of Orion 1350.3 and Zeta Reticuli 39.170. Avoid signal messages sent. You're sending out radio signals that will possibly get you in danger from planet Earth. You should not be signaling out messages to the cosmos from Earth. This is talking about NASA and different ET groups that are beaming lights and sending signals, trying and playing different music to try to get that radio frequency wave, calling them in. It says you're going to get yourself in trouble. It says beware of Orion 1350.3. And it turns out that is exactly the light years that is equivalent from the planet Earth to Orion. And the light years of Zeta Reticuli is 39.7. These are light years. These are dimensional planetary systems. Light years, planetary systems on different dimensions. It says that 49.27 north to 11.5 degrees east is in Nuremberg, Germany. And it says that there is a woodcut picture of a galactic battle that took place in the outer space. And their UFOs are depicted in different colors in this picture, or this portrait. It says it shows some of the ships crashing. And it says these tie the past, present, and future together. So this explains why there's been so much galactic activity. This explains why there's a raise in consciousness, why starseeds are starting to wake up, why advanced life forms such as the pharaohs and the queens, and those of you who may have Akashi, or Minatakan, or Orion, Palladian, Indigo, this is why all of these things are coming up right now. Is because we're entering to some planetary aspects where you all need to ascend. It's for your survival that you ascend. Because low vibrational energies, I keep telling y'all, it's in the DNA, it's in your birth charts. It says, employ the imminent threat of the Earth's leaders and civilizations. That's us. Expose and disband hidden knowledge to all citizens. That means make them aware that extraterrestrials are real. Stop hiding the knowledge because it's going to cost us later. There's a reason that the book of Revelations is there and why it looks like it's an interplanetary war with, arrows flying through the air and the angel of death and the angel of this and the angel of that, and they're coming in different horses. Horses represent chariots. Chariots represent modes of transportation. These things are going to come to pass, and we're going to see them in our galactic systems. We're going to see these fights in the air. Call me crazy. People call me crazy. I'll take it. I don't care. It's the truth. And those of you who think I'm a lie, you see for yourself that God will reveal it. You gotta take my word. It's telling you that this is becoming more and more prevalent and evident every day. Every day we're getting more and more information because failure to tell the truth about what is happening, hidden knowledge needs to be revealed. We are so busy being programmed and chasing after stuff that we're going to fuck around and lose this battle. Well, I'm not. But many of you who are not awakened will. But, we need to open up our consciousness. Understand that, that these technologies and these things that we are getting, these new coronaviruses, these new things, these are things that are given to the military. Because it's mighty strange how one moment we can become normalized and then all of a sudden the virus is so bad that the vaccine no longer works. Don't that make you say, these are plagues that are being introduced into the land. And y'all better catch up and pay attention. Because these are covenants. Covenant IDs. That's why this one's name is Delta. Next one probably be Tango. Y'all better pay attention. We are living in the last days. The rapture's going to happen, but not the way you think. You need to line up your chakras. It's coming through your DNA. You will be transfigured. They will quicken your DNA. Alright, well, that's it. Spirit of God just mainly wanted me to let you all know that there was a royal ether warning that expressed foreign technology to all evolution, and an advancement is needed to prevent a takeover. So we are now in another wave of immerther technologies. These are technologies meant to destroy from other places other than Earth. These are plagues. Spirit of God told me to tell you, I've told you. Educate yourselves. Start digging into some shit. You're going to find that the pieces of the puzzle fit. Okay? So, you all be blessed. And remember, forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven, and thy faithfulness is unto all generations that thou hast established on the earth.